Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we want to present our research framework OT. We are from group 1 and our group members are Fakhrul Islam bin YAACOB, Muhammad Alif bin MUSA, Muhammad ZUHDI bin Abdul MAJID and Muhammad NIZAM bin ABDUL WAHAB.
Our 10 pilot article is the first one, a study on community feedback on state mosque activities in Peninsular Malaysia by Yusmini and Anwarul Haq 2004. The purpose of the study is to identify the effectiveness of state mosque activities in Peninsular Malaysia and to identify a perception to the various types of activities organized by the mosque among Muslims. The second one is mosque-based youth empowerment, a study of youth at a mosque in West Labu Baru by Aslati, Silawati, Sihani and Nurianti 2011. The purpose is to explore youth resources which was born from mosque-based program and to study the effectiveness of mosque to teenagers. The third one is construction of Firda teenagers' identity through the activities of Islamic organization by Nurdiana and Berhanuddin 2018. The purpose is to identify the dakwah activities of the Islamic organization towards Firda teenagers and analyze the dakwah activities carried out by the Islamic organization as an organization that plays a role in helping to solve the social problems faced by Firda teenagers. 4. Management of dakwah activities at Krian District Mosque Perak, a study on perceptions and problems by Muhammad Sabran 2013. This purpose study is to identify the dakwah activities carried out at the Krian District Mosque to study the community's perception of the management of dakwah activities at there and identify the problems of managing dakwah activities at the Krian District Mosque Perak. 5. Towards developing mosque friendly with teenagers by Jamilia Muhammad Marse, Syed Ahmad Iskandar, Ismail Mustari and Raja Nafida Raja Syaminan 2017. The importance of study related to child and teenagers to be friendly with mosque and to identify the importance of teenagers to be the ones who love the mosque in the future. 6. The activeness level of dakwah activities in Selangor State Mosque, an overview by Sahariza and Abdul Muneh 2018. The study is to find out the level of activeness of dakwah activities for teenagers implemented by the Committee of Mosque to find out the type of activity that teenagers enjoy, to analyze the relationship of the activeness level of dakwah activities with demographic and types of teen favorite activities, and also to analyze whether there is demographic influence and the type of activity preferred by teenagers on the level of activity of dakwah activities. 7. Development of teenagers' potential through the institution of the mosque. Review of 5 mosques in Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur by Nurul Husna, Nur Shazrin, Siti Aisyah, Siti Nur Syuhada, Fakhrul Adabi and Afifuddin 2011. The purpose is to investigate the efforts that have been made by the mosque administration in 5 selected mosques in Kuala Lumpur to attract teenagers enlivening the mosque and to give suggestions for improvement in the implementation of the mosque program in the future. 8. The view of Imam and mosque administration on the community attendance to the mosque by Muhammad Faisal and Firdaus Mohtar 2018. The study is to identify the factor of lack of community Muslim in attending mosque. 9. The role of Mosque Youth Committee in improving participation of religious activities in the community. Study at An-Nur Mosque, Linyi District by Okta Dwi, Heri Supraitno and Bina Andari 2018. The purpose is to describe strategy of youth of mosque in forming adolescent character in sub-district Babadan, sub-Linyi, Kabupaten Blitar, and to identify an obstacle when conduct the strategy. The last one is factors that influence the tendency of the community in enlivening the mosque by Siti Syafika and Narusmawati 2016. The purpose is to study the relationship between facility management and the tendency of the community to enliven Al-Hasanah Mosque, to study the relationship between the variety of the activities and the tendency of the community, the relationship between mosque fund management and the tendency of the community.
Okay, next, I would like to explain to everyone about our group research. Firstly, the title that we want to discover, to study and investigate is about the role of the mosque and the lack of the attendance for adolescents to the mosque. The reason that why our group chose an interest to this title research because we also the teenagers, and as a Da'wah student make us wondering about why the teenagers or adolescents are not interested to attend to the mosque. Is that because of the unmanaged of the mosque or a lack of knowledge of the mosque? Because of that, we want to find the solution that how to attract the adolescent or teenagers to attend to the mosque and to study how the management can attract them to the mosque. And also, we identify there are 3 objectives from this research. Firstly, to study about the role of the mosque. Second, to investigate the cause lack of attendance for adolescents to the mosque. And the third is to study the relationship between the role of the mosque and the lack of attendance for adolescents to the mosque. Then we found out that there are 3 research questions from this research, which is first is what is the role of the mosque, which means what is the program, what is the activity that can be attract them to the mosque, or how to make a good relationship between the adolescent or teenagers and the mosque. The second research question is why the adolescents are not interested to attend to the mosque. Is that because of the less of attraction from the mosque or a strategic place that make the teenagers uncomfortable? And last research question is what is the relationship between the role of the mosque and the lack of attendance for adolescents to the mosque.
Today, I need to explain the problem statement and signification of research. Firstly, for problem statement, mosque environment. We know mosque environment very important to attract people to come to mosque. They need to increase facilities, especially for public user. Next, an activity. The mosque can make more activities to attract people. Then we should make sure the activity very effective to people. Next, adolescent. We know adolescent need to spread awareness and activities that suitable for them. Secondly, we go to signification of research. We know this studies very important thing for the mosque administration and Islamic agency to find a solution to attract the adolescent or a young people to come to mosque, because we know the young people very important in our country.
So, the methodology of our research, we are using a quantitative method. Why we are using quantitative method? Okay, we use a quantitative method because we want to describe a research problem through trend and a relationship, because in our research question 3, there are a relationship between research question 1 and research question 2. When our group using a quantitative method, we want to collect a numeric data from a large number of people using instrument. So, what our instrument? Our instrument, we are using a survey questionnaire to collect data to answer the research problem and research question. Okay, why we are using survey questionnaire? Because in our topic, our topic, which is the role of the mosque and the lack of attendance for adolescents to mosque. So, the survey questionnaire, we will provide the survey questionnaire to the public people, adolescent, and the administration of mosque. Based on our target to give them a survey questionnaire, that is called sampling technique. Why our group using a convenience sampling? Because convenience sampling, also known as availability sampling, is a specific types of a non-probability sampling method that relies on data collection from population members who are conveniently available to participate in this study. So our research, we ask respondent from the mosque administration, adolescent and public people. Then if our respondent is free to answer our question, so we give a survey questionnaire to them to answer the survey questionnaire. This is a convenience sampling. And lastly, we move to the data analysis. From the data analysis, we look at our research question. Data analysis for research question 1 is descriptive statistic, and research question 2 also descriptive statistic, and our research question 3, which is the relationship between two variables, is inferential statistic. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.